This ain't no regular podcast. This is Westchester Talks.
What's up, everybody? Y'all now tuned into Westchester Talks. This is episode 14. I'm your host, PJ, and of course, we want to give a special shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to the private shop. Of course, when we usually shoot, we are there, but today, again, where y'all seen us last week, we on Ferris at Gardella Park. To my right, got my brother Fred with me.
What's good, my guy?
To my left, got my brother Lex.
What up, Russ?
And today we got a special guest with us. Y'all know when we do the guests, I gotta pull out my phone, go through the little list. Today we gonna keep it short and sweet, cause everything we want to talk about, we gonna talk about with the man himself. So we gonna start like this. First and foremost, boom. I'm gonna start with professional player, basketball player for 10 plus years. This guy was a professional when we was in high school, and with the days we was talking about, me and Fred coming up to Ferris was a professional, actually winning MVPs when we was in high school overseas. One of the first people, and quote this, I'm not saying the first, but I know personally viewing one of the first people with a brand, with an AAU team, doing t-shirts, all the stuff you see everybody doing nowadays. This guy was one of the first people to do it. In Westchester, probably in New York, if you asking me. Again, if you asking me. Like I said, MVP, steal leaders, where he played at, assist leaders, cup winners, graduated college, set the tone in college, made a college that probably wasn't too known for us in Westchester, all types of stuff. We want to welcome our very own, from Westchester's very own, Torey Thomas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate y'all.
Welcome to the show, my brother. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
How we usually like to do it, we know you, probably a lot of our viewers know you, but we like to just let the guests introduce themselves, give their name, where they from, where they rep and stuff like that.
Right.
And then we'll get into, some questions we may have.
All right.
Yeah.
So my name is Torey Thomas from White Plains, New York, specifically Ferris Avenue. Born and raised here, but took it international. So we got a lot that we could touch on that, but specifically White Plains, New York, Ferris Avenue, born and raised.
Yeah, let's get straight to it. You were, fortunate enough, right, and blessed enough to grace the cover of Slam magazine, right? Today it's actually the Slam game in the city, and you and your team right here based out of Westchester, right?
Plains,
and we started it from very young. Right, how was that? Did you know what was going on? Did you know the impact you guys were making in Westchester that actually kind of propelled your career and even your community service throughout Westchester?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is that was a straight White Plains team, not Westchester, not nobody from any other city. So that was what was crazy. We were it was called Winbrook, which Winbrook, if everybody knows, is the projects down the street. Winbrook is the actual name of the projects down the street, which consisted of 5 buildings. Randy Harper and Daryl Jenkins. Daryl Jenkins is the owner of Winbrook Pride, which is a TV telecast that they had. And Randy Harper was the coach that came along, and they became a partnership. Wrote a few grants. We practiced on Ferris, and we practiced in Church Street indoor when it was inclement weather. From that, we developed a team that didn't play no games. Straight practice for months. Not one game. Straight practice. We had people from everywhere. So of course, all White Plains are surrounding. We just had that team, and it was tryouts and works. Nobody made a flat team yet. So it was not like what we see now, where you play a thing, develop, and then you go on into play.
Like we said, it was very young. What age was this?
I was 9, 10, but they were 11, 12, 13-year-olds on the team, something like that. I was the youngest on the team, going to Church Street at the time. So I was in 4th to 5th grade, 5th grade, and then we ended up getting in the tournament, national tournament at Green Bay, Wisconsin. First time taking a plane, first time.
So your first tournament was the national?
National.
That's
crazy.
After only just practicing your first game.
It's a true story. If anybody has any refutes, please tell me. If anybody want to refute what I'm saying, please tell me, because we never played a game.
So y'all didn't even play a game like in White Plains?
No, we didn't play no games.
Straight.
We played against each other, and the practices were so intense.
Okay.
Mr. Harper was so intense, and shout out to, we had different players. We had, Maniac, which is Kenny Robinson. We had Jay Harper, which was the best player in this area that I've seen as a young kid. We had Jay Lee, as y'all see. We had Craig King, We had Manny played, Danny Ramos. We had a lot of players that at this age, they were very good players. John Hallis. So that was our team consisted of like 10 or 12 players once we made the final cut. Yeah. But it was 50 people in the gym at any moment. And he never gave anybody to say you're on the team. Right. Marcus Smith. We had a lot of guys. LeVar, right. So we had so many kids. That's all White Plains kids. Nobody from Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, nothing. Yeah. Straight White Plains, which is unheard of to me, like just to have a team. But we actually went to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Green Bay, first trip. Getting off the plane is about definitely summertime because it's a nationals. June past July. I'll get the exact date. It was snowing when we got off the plane. I kid you not. I got a little button up. I got pictures of me. I got a little button up. What's that called? The button up like flannel on. You know, a little, and I'm ready. I got my little headphones. I was already prepared. Headphones on, and it was snowing. We're rushing off.
And how'd y'all do at nationals?
12-2, won the whole thing.
Wow.
12-2. That's 14 games in a short week. 12-2, won the whole thing. National champions, 1996. We opened up the Westchester Mall. Ribbon cutting for the Westchester Mall. We're there. National champions. We're Slam Magazine. We got footage. We all over the thing. I'm in Slam Magazine on Church Street. They're all at the middle school though now. They're at 6th, 7th, 8th grades, whatever. So they're at the middle school getting their love. I'm the only one over here.
Right. So when you guys got approached to do the slam shoot, right?
Yeah.
Could you backtrack and try to remember where you was at when you found out the news? How did you feel?
I was at Mr. Harper's house when he got the call. He was very great at making phone calls to the local media. And also national, because that was a big story. Like, what's this Winbrook Pride? We're not a national powerhouse. Winbrook Pride Wildcats, we were called. Winbrook Pride Wildcats. And they were calling. Ben Osborne made a big story on us. And we had a full-out photo shoot in a gym with And1 clothes, Adidas clothes, Nike clothes. We just switched out outfits. All of us was in it. It's all over the thing. I have like a couple copies, but we got a spread of that. And we were like well known around the area. Like people was like, "Yo, what is this?" And it was the Winbrook Pride Wildcats. We spent a lot of time together practicing. I could say it was no nonsense, no nothing. Real heavy.
Because you can't do that right now. You can't. Actually, let me erase that. Because coming up when I played New York Blaze, right? Yeah. We practiced a million times. Right. And probably played about 4 times in the summer league. But we practicing throughout the whole year. That's a fact. Any gym we could find, the YMCA, the schools, right? Outside when it's cold. And we're only waiting for the summer to play. For real.
Yeah, but I feel like nowadays you really can't do it more so because like the kids.
Oh,
like,
no,
kids don't even want to be practicing.
You can say, but the parents too.
Yeah.
The parents. Yeah. Imagine you going to a practice for a whole year and you're not playing one game.
That's crazy.
I can say we did it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Did it.
I know damn well PJ pulling up.
Yeah,
I already pulled up for playing for the games.
Like all connected because this is what's real about it. We're all connected because Blaze is us. Yeah, right. We're Blaze, with the rest in peace Kevin Higgs. Yeah. Our people, Higgsy, we love him. He started Blaze with Larry White, Doug. With Ivan Jones, with myself. And I was a young kid at the time and they put the faith in my hand to say, yo, you're gonna be the face of this by pushing it. And I got a few connections. I was a sophomore in college when this all came together. When they came together and they brought me in to say, yo, because I just came off an NCAA tournament at Holy Cross and I'm on ESPN and we're beating Chris Thomas and we're beating Boston College, we beating Providence, we beating these teams. It was Holy Cross. So it was like, man, the kids was like, oh, Torey, I seen you on ESPN. And that's a life dream.
Nah, for sure.
And Blaze is us, and we know what it takes to actually get to the next level because they seen me as a young kid going and making these different chances.
So let's stick with the timeline. So like you said, that was around like 4th, 5th grade, 9 years old when all that 10. Stuff was happening. So that's like elementary school. So how was it like middle school? You could combine it too, like middle school, high school. Okay. Like where did you end up going to middle school? Where did you go to high school? And like how was that journey being like you had so much success at an early age? Yeah. Some people will get complacent. I know some people that was ranked at that age and then we get to high school and it's so not over, but now they're not ranked no more.
It happened to my boy, so I can say it happened.
So how was it like for you having that much success and then like middle school, high school?
Yeah, so for me, I was a defensive of young. I was big energy, defense. I had toughness.
Right.
You know, I wasn't the scorer, none that I actually became. Jay was like 20, 30 a game. He beat Jawan Howard's record out there of like whatever, how many points it was. So he was like high level, going to St. Ray's, all of that. So I'm basically coming out of middle school, graduate from 5th grade. I'm going to Highlands Middle School, 6th to 8th. Highlands, I can't play for the first 2 years. Guess what they diagnosed me with? Nobody even really knows this. They said I had hemophilia. So I can't play. That's the no. You can't clot your blood. So hemophiliacs can't clot their blood. So Miss Spivak, I'll never forget this. Looking at me, I'm trying to get my paperwork in to go to tryouts.
Right.
You can't try out. 6th grade, 7th grade, you got hemophilia.
Wow.
They messed my chart up. My little brother Trayvon has hemophilia. He's a full-blown hemophiliac. They mixed ours up and said I had hemophilia.
Damn.
So for 2 years, I didn't play middle school basketball.
That's crazy.
So I couldn't play.
Yeah,
So I was a devil. I thought my life, career, everything was over.
Right. Yeah, that's tough.
Got a second opinion. Shout out to the Petrelli family. Kyle was a cool friend of mine. The Petrellis brought me down to like Columbia, NYU doctors. I did multiple blood work, everything. Because I'm clotting. I've been hurt. I played football first. So I play football, so I can't, if you get hit as a hemophiliac, you bleed internally, you can't clot your blood. So blood clot, you need plasma to clot your blood so that you can heal. We got that naturally. All of us sitting here, we're not hemophiliacs. So if you get hit internally, you'll bleed, it'll be fine. My brother get clots and he has to get plasma injected into him. That's how he stops his bleeding. So if I knew I didn't have that, I mean, they said I had big nosebleeds, but that's because the Project Heat in 70 was bad. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real. I had nosebleeds. I had chronic nosebleeds, but I never had no play for Greenberg Falcons. Shout out to Greenberg too, because they didn't have football up here. We didn't have it. So Greenberg Falcons brought me in. We were really football players. I was a football player before any basketball, and we were good at it. We went to the top of the league at Greenberg Falcons. So I knew I was getting hit, and I was clotting my blood, but 2 years of that, nothing. So I finally played in 8th grade, got cleared. Got cleared in 8th grade. And before I knew it, my career was actually 1 year at middle school. Next year, I was leaving.
Yeah. So we're going to get into that because now, right, the Catholic school league is the thing, right?
Yeah.
Everybody leaves their public school to go Catholic.
Right.
For the last probably, 5-6 years. You only have about 1 or 2 that will go, go to a step in that, right? Like, Tony Taylor, Josh James, they will go to a step in that. Everybody else will kind of stay home. Even Fred went to a Catholic school at first.
Right.
Right. But you did it before everything, right?
Yeah.
You left White Plains, which was like a powerhouse at that time,
Definitely.
right? Because they won state championships still year.
Yes.
You left that environment to head to Trinity Catholic in Connecticut. How was that? Why did you make that decision, and how was that decision?
All right, so the biggest thing is I was playing, because I couldn't play middle school, we found Don Bosco. First I played CYP in Port Chester, then I played Don Bosco in Port Chester. From Don Bosco, we played like 60-something games. I get a chance to meet Jimmy O'Leary, Scott Salvatore. Two guys from Stanford that became close friends with mine. We playing all these games together, we traveling together. So their families approached me, O'Leary's. And the Salvatore's like, do you think about coming up to Trinity? I don't know what Trinity is. I don't know where Trinity is. I'm like, it's in Stanford. Think about it. Okay. So I'm like, all right. I'm not thinking nothing of it because I'm like, I want to play at the county center. I want to play for White Plains. I want to beat Mount Vernon. You know, I'm telling you that because in 8th grade, I was watching Kyle Jones, Kareem Washington. Rest in peace to Larry Onion. Rest in peace to Marcus Austin. They were playing and they beat Mount Vernon. They beat a young Ben Gordon, the Sleepy Rollers, and them guys. John Plenty. I remember this. This is vivid to me. And I'm like, it's rocking in the county center. I want to be part of that. And then it was like, yo, your future could change if you try something different. Maybe be a more independent. You know, all my friends was going to White Plains. It's a big school. Maybe I needed a change, but I felt like this is the chance to do something different. A lot of guys was getting scholarships.
Did you make that decision on your own?
Yeah.
So as a 14-year-old, 13-year-old?
Yeah. So basically, Mr. O'Leary, Red O'Leary, came to my house, and Mrs. O'Leary came to see me Right here, 7J, 70 Ferris, 7J. They come upstairs. My
This is
mom-
like movie stuff. This is white people.
Yes, white people,
Yeah,
right?
man.
White
Into-
Irish
into
people.
the
All literally came
Middle
here.
of Ferris
Came
Avenue.
to Ferris Avenue when Ferris wasn't what y'all see
Ferris
now.
was
Ferris was definitely harder.
Zombieland.
Zombieland was drug addiction,
Yeah,
crack,
yeah.
all of that on Ferris. Ferris is a street like that. And they came upstairs, 70 Ferris. My mom was there. They wanted to talk to my mother. They pulled out the spiel like this could be very good for you. He's good with my he's good with my son. My son, and he's part of the family. I'm gonna look after him. My mom looked and said, "Thank you, Miss O'Leary, Mrs. O'Leary. I appreciate y'all telling me this, and I feel like y'all great people, but this is his decision." My mom put it all on me. She ain't, my mom, rest in peace to Rosemary.
rest in peace,
She
yep.
said, "This is his decision." So I said, "Mom, you know what? I want to go." She said, "Great. I'm here to support you.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. You know, we're getting up earlier because I got to catch the bus earlier.
Right.
I got to do everything." My mom woke me up every morning to make sure I'm good, put a little breakfast on the table, and I was out the door like I was a grown man going to work.
So
Every
my thing is this though, right?
Mhm.
Because like Lex said, you know, I'm one of those kids too that went from public to Catholic as well. What was that transition like socially?
Yeah, it was a transition because as if anybody knows, Trinity Catholic's predominantly white. Everybody that went there knows each other. When I first got there, I felt out of place. Didn't know but two people. I'm gonna give you one great story though. It was a black group, Haitian group. Cassandra, Mikael, Shahar. They used to greet me at homeroom with fruits, like cantaloupe, honeydew. I'm dead serious. Every morning.
Yo, Lex, you see your people,
Every
man?
morning. They used to, we're still friends to this day. Those are my girls, I love them. So a Haitian that was Catholic, that was already going to school, they knew people there, but they brought me in. They knew I was sitting in the homeroom corner, not really saying much to nobody, to myself. If anybody really knows me, they know I'm pretty quiet until I get to know them. Then I'm good, but I'm quiet. I'm not really saying much. I'm new. They welcome me with open arms at homeroom every day. I had the same homeroom as them, and they would bring fruit every morning. Make sure how you doing? I know you from here. You from New York? We friends to this day, 30 years later.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So they
Yo,
gave me
that's
the
crazy
welcome.
though,
This
because
is
like,
real.
yo, I remember. Did you end up ever playing in the county center when you was at Trinity?
Yes, I did.
And the reason why I asked you that because I wanted to fact check before I spoke on it.
Yes.
Besides the White Plains game that I spoke on one of the early episodes, I remember me as a little kid. My pops used to do security at the county center, and he brought me to see you play.
Wow.
So I remember that vividly, and then, of course, when you was at Holy Cross,
Yeah.
when y'all played against Duke. On
Yeah.
ESPN.
Yes.
So when you said it earlier, like,
Yes.
I remember kids coming up to me.
Yes.
We was those kids
No,
too.
seriously, because they get a chance to see me, but they also knew I'm very right here with y'all. Like it ain't y'all see me, I'm with y'all.
Right.
And the thing is, people got a chance to see us not only play, but we were beating Duke at halftime. We only lost to Duke at the end of the game, which is unheard of for a Holy Cross to be at Camden Indoor Stadium and play them, and they like, are you kidding me? We had them on their heels.
Yeah.
So get back to Trinity Catholic.
Yeah.
Your freshman year, you played varsity,
Yes, I did.
and how was that?
Wait,
It was-
before
yeah.
not to cut you
Yeah,
off,
yeah,
but
go-
you say you was taking a bus from
Yeah.
Ferris to Stanford every day.
Every day. So iBus, so it was an iBus that takes you on the highway to Stanford. Then I would stop at the Stanford train station and get bussed in, which is another 20 minutes. Stanford's
Right, right.
humongous. Stanford's not small.
Right.
Stanford from the downtown Stanford area, the train station to Trinity, which is North Stanford, is 20 more minutes.
So what time was you leaving?
I was
that
leaving here
crib?
like 6 o'clock in the morning, man. But I'm dead.
And Monday through Friday.
every
you out.
day.
I
And
thought they
didn't
was
miss
giving you
no
the red
days.
carpet treatment. I
That's
thought
that's all-
they was taking.
that's all he said. I'm
They
catching the
took
bus.
sticks up in front of the building.
Nah.
That's all he said. I'm catching the
that's
bus. I'm
crazy.
like, wait, hold on, because
No,
that's
I'm
how
catching
kind of
the
is
bus.
nowadays. When I was in
Catching the bus.
Terrytown for a minute, there was a kid that went to school in Jersey. I called you
Yeah.
about. I forget his name, big kid,
Mhm.
but they was sending. Like he was getting picked up by a van every time from Terrytown, bring him to Jersey, bring him back to the crib.
I ain't
Like,
See, a lot of schools do that now because they recruit not recruit, but they got kids that are out of state.
right,
So
right.
what they would do is they'll have they'll put a rule in place. Like it's like a state rule now.
Oh.
If you live like outside of a certain mileage, you get busing.
Good transportation.
Wow.
You get transportation.
Yeah, no, I had the public bus.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Public
That's
bus.
crazy.
It was my own responsibility.
Especially
I
at
had
14,
to get there on
15,
time.
like
yeah, 14.
taking a bus into a train
Yeah,
and
14
being
years
on
old.
time.
On time.
Like I was late and I live right down the street from the
Yo,
school, so and I'm late there every day.
Nah,
So it's
on
like for you to
time.
be like, make sure you up on time.
Yeah.
Was there
Yeah,
kids
that's
on
crazy.
that bus going
No.
there? So it was you
was
by
all
yourself.
people going to Stanford for jobs.
Right,
I'll
going to
never
work.
forget
Yeah,
You
this.
were the only kid on the
But I
bus.
had my
crazy.
shirt and tie on,
Yeah.
and I started getting clever with it, where I just had my khakis,
Right.
and I had my tie already tied in the thing, and just had my joint.
right,
But I had my shirt, tie, blazer on every morning.
Yeah, that's crazy.
People like, where you going? Going to school. For
Yeah.
real? Like I'm young baby
Right,
face kid.
right.
They like, you going to school? So people was really like, wow, you know, like this is pretty cool.
Yeah, nah,
and
that's
I just
crazy.
kept, it was my routine.
Because like I said, it's normal now. Because if you go to the bus stop in the morning,
Right,
you see kids
right,
from all
right.
over going to
Yeah.
Steppenegg, Iona Prep,
Yep.
St. Ray's. Like
For sure,
they're
yeah,
all at the
yeah.
train station
Right.
or at the bus stop. You really don't. You
Yeah,
didn't see that back
yeah,
then.
No,
nah,
back
that's
then I
dope.
didn't see
That's-
anybody
yeah,
besides
that's
myself.
crazy.
I didn't.
Yeah,
It was no
that's
kids that was coming on the bus.
Yeah,
with me,
that's
no.
crazy. And I know you had. I just had to
Yeah,
ask that because that was
yeah.
as soon as he said like, yeah, I was catching the bus.
The
that was
bus.
just stuck on my head. I had to
Yeah.
get that. But I
So
know you-
transition right back to Trinity,
Trinity,
right? As a
right?
freshman,
Yeah.
how was that? Right, because you went there, you know, to play basketball.
Right.
Obviously, get an education and get out the
Yeah.
way. But you know,
But,
basketball was what got you. You got your foot in the door. So
Yeah.
how was that?
Basketball definitely got my foot
Yeah.
in the door, but I gotta say that we had to take an entrance exam,
Okay.
and I had to pass the entrance exam to get in. It wasn't, if you can't pass the entrance exam, you're not getting in.
Yeah, yeah.
And my grades from middle school were good
Yeah.
enough
Okay,
to
so
say
you-
that
yeah.
he didn't need any extra remedial work and stuff.
Right.
So the role in Connecticut is you could play freshman, JV, and varsity.
All in the same
All
year.
in the same year, same
crazy.
day. So I played at 3:15,
Yeah.
5:30, 7 o'clock.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Isn't that? So that was the real, and my freshman coach, rest in peace, Bill Walsh just passed away. Bill Walsh, my freshman coach that took me from Don Bosco up, he made sure I had to play freshman. So if I did have to skip a game, which they started feeling like, oh, you're good enough to play varsity, but we got to miss your JV game if you need to. I wanted to play everything. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Coach V, Coach Joe Vazzari was my JV coach, great coach, UNC's down in North Carolina right now. He wanted me, I played one game with them. I had an amazing one day against Danbury Hatters. I probably scored like 20 in a freshman game, we won. 20 in the JV game, we won. And then scored like 15 in the varsity game, and we won. So they were like, wait, you good enough to play varsity? Let me. So Connecticut allows you to do that,
That's
but
wild.
then they started making me
that's-
play
that's
freshman
crazy.
and then varsity. So I
crazy.
only played JV that one game, and then they said, nah, we need you for varsity. We need you to rest and be
Right.
ready because you're a key component. I wasn't a starter until like halfway or 3/4 way through. And then we went on a run when they inserted me in the starting lineup.
Yeah, no, that's
Four
crazy.
straight states. Yeah, I played a state championship. My freshman year, we lost in at the buzzer. Won my sophomore year, lost at the buzzer in my junior year, and won my senior year.
No, that's
So
crazy.
we're gonna stay at that point in time because you, besides high school, we'll go into your AAU
Yeah.
situation. But at high school, what were some high school players that you played with that was on your team?
Oh, so high school played with Dave McCoy went to Duke, Craig Austrie went to UConn, Mikey Tremboli went to Vermont. These are all very good players. Jimmy O'Leary, who played with me, was my close friend. He went to Williams, so he played football
Yeah.
Williams, but he could have played basketball as well. He ended up becoming a very good football player. We played against another guy named Ryan Shields who went to Vermont as well. So just giving you like who went to school. Everybody that we played with was pretty solid.
And I say, and then AAU basketball, right?
Oh,
you
man.
play locally,
Yeah.
but then you also went down to the city because that's really,
Yeah.
especially back then. I mean, even during our time, you really had to. I mean, unless you play Westchester Hawks, but
Right.
a lot of people would go down to the city to kind of get the exposure, kind of prove themselves. And I know probably at your time, you probably really had to do that to put your name, right, on,
Yeah.
like you said, on the map. So
Yeah.
how was that transition during that time to go?
I did it totally different than what anybody else could think. I stayed with Connecticut the whole time till like sophomore, junior year. Connecticut Flame.
Fire Flames, yeah.
Kid is Mr. Braun. Braun was the main guy over there. Ken is my coach. Then when I was 14, we needed somebody to chaperone to come down to nationals for Connecticut Flame, and I spoke to Doug, Larry White, and he was like, I'm gonna call somebody. I'm gonna call Herc. I'm gonna call Steve Duncan.
Yeah.
Steve flew in from St. Louis to come with me
Yeah.
down to Orlando, Florida for nationals, and that's how we got connected ever since I was 14 years old. And every step of the way, he's been there. So it came from that. Then fast forward, I got called to Gauchos. Me, like it wasn't like I went to go try to do something. Paul Brown, Dwayne Mitchell said, "We're looking for somebody like you to come rock."
Yeah.
Word? All right, I'm coming down to Gauchos. Jay Lee, I never forget, worked out with us.
Yeah.
Jay Lee was guarding Russ Robinson, running around the whole thing. I'll never forget that Jay Lee had to go throw up. Throw up, came back on his thing, like on his defense, because Jay Lee was a major defender. From that, I got those calls like, yo, you could be somebody tough. Because I'm getting recruited, but I'm not getting heavily recruited. I'm at school and I'm gonna go somewhere, but I didn't know what it was gonna be. Yeah. So on that team I had Sundiata Gaines, Georgia, Russell Robinson, Kansas, my guy. Ronald Ramon, Pittsburgh, Curtis Kelly,
Kansas State.
But it was UConn first.
UConn first.
So these are the type of players that I'm playing with. And I'm the starting point guard. They're not, nobody's combating nothing. Nobody's saying, yo, because I'm not even decided yet. I'm not even on a school yet. They really wanted me to prep and say, yo, do a prep school year. And, you got bigger schools coming after you. Because at this time, I got Hartford, I got Lafayette, I got Fordham, I got Loyola, Maryland. Holy Cross didn't even come in the picture. That's a whole nother story for you. So that's what I got. So I'm going and looking at different visits, and nothing really caught me the way I wanted to. And then Holy Cross came later through a phone call. But I was playing with those guys that go. Then I got called to the Panthers, Sterling. Never forget my guy Sterling, Long Island Panthers, Joakim Noah and them. I'm playing with them as the point guard. So I got my due later on. So I really stayed down, worked out, got my mind right. In Connecticut, I was pretty much solid. Everybody knew I was a solid point guard. We're gonna win games. I think we lost 9 games in my whole career at 9 at the most at Trinity.
Now that's tough.
That winning is part of it. So they know you're gonna get a winning guy. You know, my offense wasn't as polished. I could get to the basket anywhere, and I could pass, and I could play amazing defense. That's what they knew. So I started getting better and better by playing with these better guys and getting my shot better, working out, defending these guys, getting better, and that's where it came to.
And at what point, right? Because you're not the biggest person on the court, right?
Right.
Probably the smallest one everywhere you go. Right?
Yes.
At what point in your career, or even not even your career, when you were younger, right, growing up, did you feel like, one, you belonged, and two, you knew you had something different than everybody else? Because everyone, right, hooping is not going to be 6'5", 6'4", 6'3",
Right.
7 foot, right?
Yeah.
And especially when you're smaller than everyone, you have to have something different to stand out. And that's what a lot of kids don't understand. They think, you have to be, you could just coast when you're not the size of somebody that's 6'6", 6'7", right? You have to be something different.
Yeah.
So it's good to hear from you, because you had a successful high school career, successful college career, and successful professional career at the size that you are, 5'10", 5'11", which is really hard, the hardest thing to do, especially when you're hooping.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. So I would say, like, being up here, to be honest with you, Ferris made it, because before they see it now, Ferris had runs on Sundays with the bigger guys that you couldn't get in. You could not get in if you wasn't tough. If you wasn't, first they playing the mini games, you trying to get in, and if you get in, you got to be tough. They're going to foul you. They're going to be, so I'll say Ferris. I got a big shout out to Kevin Young, KO, who was a big, like, father figure mentor to me, who let me play the high school league when I was 13, and I was too small, they saying, and they're making a big ruckus about it. But once you got, toughness and heart, I'm not afraid to get rebounds. Like, I'm probably one of the best rebounding, not just saying this, but knowing that it is rebounding guards that they have, because I'm going to get the ball. I'm going to mix it up with the bigs. That's when I knew, I'm not scared to get in there. I'm not scared to get fouled. That's when I said, I got something a little different than these guards that I'm playing against. They're not getting in there. They looking for the outlet. I'm trying to get the rebound so we can outlet it ourselves. They looking to get on the outlet. I'm trying to get the rebound to outlet it with myself, running a break.
Yeah, that's what me and you was different. I was the one in the basket hanging, telling TJ to get the rebound.
Right.
I'm on the other side of the court.
That's right there.
Yeah, you already know. As soon as he get the rebound,
and keep it moving.
Yeah.
I used to just throw it like this sometimes. I know
You know he's out there,
no doubt.
Yo, so let me ask you a question.
it's funny
right?
though. I want to shout Higgs out because Higgs is the one that used to tell me that. He used to be like, yo, when they get the rebound, just go.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I'm out of there. You ain't got to tell me twice.
So you told us about your journey, basically, right? You're in Connecticut,
Yeah.
playing gauchos, things like that.
Right.
The main thing I wanted to ask you was, and you can keep it real,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of kids out here, when they transfer to the Catholics and private schools and stuff like that, sometimes back home, they don't always like that.
Oh.
They don't always feel that
We can
move.
get into that.
When you made that move to not go to White Plains and decided to go to Trinity Catholic, what was the rumblings that was
Big
around
rumblings.
and stuff
Big
like
rumblings.
that?
You made a mistake. What's in Connecticut? Connecticut ain't got no basketball like this. They don't have nothing. My friends that's from here don't understand that. Now I'm really away from them because I'm really going to school up there, and I'm coming home a little bit later after practice. I'm playing football up there
Right.
too. I'm playing football, so I'm getting back late. I'm not seeing nobody. I'm getting my homework done. I'm taking a shower. I'm going to sleep, and I'm doing it again. So yeah, the rumblings was real deep. Like, yo, who we think he is? He going there? He not going to pan out over there. Like, we got enough at White Plains. Why would you leave? They didn't know I was leaving. I graduated Westchester County Center, 8th grade. Rocked with everybody during the summer and was like, yo, I'm not going to White Plains. Yeah, I rocked with it. I just didn't really want to let them know I was going like that.
See, but that shows your maturity, though, in that sense, because not even just kids, you have adults that can't hold water.
Yeah.
So for you to be able to hold water and not tell none of your friends,
Nothing.
I would have been like, yo, P, I'm OD going to this school, man. I don't know about you, but I'm going over here.
Yeah, they didn't know. They was like, I had my guys that play with me. You got Hodge, Jeremy, we played in the so at lunchtime in 8th grade we had battles. Lunchtime was a big time middle school where we eat real quick, and we was outside playing games. And they my boys. I'm not saying none because I didn't know what. I had to take this entrance exam. I had to get in. We had to deal with all the things I needed to deal with. What if it do go wrong and I'm telling you I'm out? And I really ain't. So when I enrolled and that said I'm in, then I was like, yo, yeah, I'm out. And at this time, you gotta know that I'm coming in, I'm at the park every day, we working out, we doing that. I'm going to Glacier, we going every day to play ball, Greenberg, so wherever. Nobody knew. I don't. If anybody could tell you that they knew before, I would like to know. If they,
That's crazy.
yeah, if they have to tell you like, yo, they didn't know that I was gone, but I was gone.
And how was it like you spoke on playing like Gaucho, getting the call from Dwayne Mitchell and all that type of stuff. That's crazy that you even mentioned that name because he was there even when I was playing.
Yeah,
down
he's
there.
been there
and I think he's
forever.
still there.
Yeah, he's still there.
So how was it like?
He's at Scanlon's head coach.
Yeah. How was it like playing with them city guys? Because I know with me, I mean, like you said, naming all these talents and then you come in and starting.
Yeah,
they probably already got their own egos, even though there wasn't no kickback from like coaches complaining about you starting. Like, how was it being a Westchester guy playing with? Because it was, for me, it was like, it was a little not weird, but it was like I felt the
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So how was it for
that's
you
real, though,
playing with the city guys coming
I'm
from
gonna tell you something. I was mature at this time where I'm coming in and I'm not asking to start or nothing. How I play ball. I got them involved. I was the pass first point guard, so I'm letting them get right. So they started seeing how I play, and they didn't distribute. But Ronald Ramon, he was the starter, and he came off the bench and gave us a spark. And when he didn't have nothing to say about it, and he respected my game and respected him, Ronald Ramon's the one I actually came in for him to start, and he came off the bench and sparked up 20 a game when he came off the bench, and sharpshooter. They all have bigger schools than me. They wasn't they wasn't tripping because they had what they had, but also how I played and how I was. I didn't take nobody's shine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a person like you, a player like you, might have took some shine away. Let's be real.
That's why. That's why.
It's a city thing, bro. They think we soft. When they know you're not soft, they gotta back down.
Were you the only kid from Westchester on Gauchos at the time?
At that time.
Yeah,
what about you, P?
Yeah, same.
Like,
At that time, you only taking one.
I mean,
two.
after like a
taking
little bit, I think Dustin came down. So it was a guy, Coach Renee actually brought me down. And then, and like to your point, like I wasn't really like that was my problem in high school, on the high school scene, is like, PJ, stop passing, like go to the basket. Woo. So like when it comes to the summer, I'm like, all right, now I got that mentality.
Yeah.
So it's like, but everybody else kind of had that mentality too, playing on this at this time with the Gauchos. Like everybody got bigger schools.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know, going to the Lincolns and the St. Ray's
Yes.
and they got all these offers. So I'm like, sure, I got to get buckets. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
That was
you
my
know?
mentality. It's like when I get
Yeah.
the ball, I'm not even thinking about passing because I might not get it again.
But I knew he was bugged though, right? I think he was at Boo Williams. He went down to Gauchos. I mean, he went down to Boo Williams with Gauchos. He killing. He's killing. He calls me. He's like, yeah, these dudes is trash. Yeah, I'm not playing with them no more. I said, bro, you bugging. You the leading scorer on the Joes. You better stay. He's like, nah. And then he ended up coming with me to that.
That's crazy.
He ended up coming with a local team. But
But
Yeah,
When we did our numbers with
But
that,
yeah,
so we
exactly.
went crazy.
like when you really think about it, right? It's crazy because it's like, I think that's where Westchester basketball players get their identity. Like you said, the opinions of people in the city and things like that on us gives us that extra chip on our shoulder. So now, when you're in high school, right, and now let's just say you're going into senior year, did y'all schedule kind of change? I don't know if it was national or not, I'm not sure, but from your freshman year at Trinity Catholic to your senior year, did the schedule start to really expand by that time?
No, we kept the same. We Trinity CIC, it's called the FCAC, Fairfield County Interscholastic Athletic Conference, is 18 teams and you play everybody one. It's like a college situation. So you can't change it much. You only got a few out of conference games because we're gonna make the conference playoffs and we're gonna make states. So that's all them games gotta equal up to no more than like 30, right? So it's one of them rules.
So
that
when you
have.
played at the county center, who'd y'all play
Now,
against?
we played against Yorktown. We beat Yorktown, and then we lost to White Plains by 2 points.
Oh, so y'all played White.
We played
okay.
White Plains in the
All
championship.
right, so now we
Yeah, I was
can't
about to say- I was about
glance. We
to say,
can't
how
glance
was
over that.
that? Yeah.
How was that?
Because
That
you,
was
cause
crazy
you, like you
because
said,
that
you
was
still
for
came
me.
home.
Yeah, I came
so,
home. I made sure we got that. That was a slam dunk tournament. My name is in the book for sis or something we had, but it was crazy. We had a slam dunk tournament. We beat Yorktown first. White Plains beat somebody else, and then we met in the finals of that slam dunk, championship that they have at the county center. I begged my coach to put us in. He put us in. Great first game. Remember, this is our first 2 games of the year. White Plains already got 10 in.
Oh, okay.
It's
gotcha.
always like this. Connecticut has to start
late, yeah.
after like Thanksgiving. We can't, after everybody has to try out. That's the rule in Connecticut. So we're already no excuses, but they ended up beating us by like 2 points in the paper or something. And that was beautiful because we went out the night before. I'll never forget this. I brought them to a party at Keith's Catering Hall. My whole team, they stayed over at my sister's crib on West Post Road. My sister Tammy, everybody, my whole team. It was a big bond. And Troy was a young kid, and they remember, and they was like, so I took them out because I wanted to show them like how he was and how it was. We had the game the next day, so I put that all on me.
Right.
Guys was totally tired and all of that. Never forget that. I came in the locker room. I was upset because I know we lost to White Plains. It happens. Told him, yo, that's on me. The coach, everybody can tell you, we won't lose a game ever after this. We went 25 straight. 25 straight. But I was totally down off that. Because, White Plains beat us.
Right.
and I was about to say, how
hometown.
was like people from what, I told you
Yeah.
should never left.
No, they didn't
was
act,
it like that
honestly,
kind of?
Housen
Or
was
was it?
happy they won, and Mayfield and them was happy they won because they beat
Right,
me.
of
But
course.
they didn't really talk no trash.
Okay.
Because from what I remember, I
Right,
don't remember them
right.
trying to rub it in. It was a good fought game, and my career was just taking off after
Right,
that,
right.
honestly. But I
So
took
it was still just
full-
love.
It was love, like
Yeah,
or hate, because it could be
Right,
whatever.
right,
But
right, right.
a lot of people don't voice the hate directly to me.
Yeah, for
You know what I
sure.
mean? Honestly, like I haven't.
Yeah.
I hear the snickers and all
Yeah,
that, the hate and who they think is better and how they did. But my stuff is on ink, and everybody around y'all can see. Even if you don't like me, my stuff is right solidified. So even if you hate on me, y'all got to make a big case on what
Right.
the hate is about.
So you chose Holy Cross.
Yeah.
All right. How was that? What came into that decision?
So it was a
Patriot
phone
League.
call. Yeah, it was a phone call that said, again, the Petrelli fan. So
Yeah.
Billy Duran, which is he played at Holy Cross, is a brother of Mrs.
Yeah.
Petrelli, said, call Coach Willard, like, come check on this kid out. I know you might got a scholarship left. Looking for a guard. Jave Mead is a senior point guard, who's been there, All-American, and they looking for somebody, but they didn't find nobody yet. It's late. So he came down to Trinity to come see me do a little workout, 45-minute workout. Really wasn't none, just going through, making shots, boom, boom, boom. So we got the workout, and he comes into the back classroom. He goes, what's up, how you doing? Tell him my life story, this is what I did. I went to Trinity. I come to Trinity. I'm from New York. I'm from White Plains. I took the bus. I just told him how, my sacrifices that I made, regular stuff like that. And he was like, after like an hour conversation of just everything, we was just talking about my life and was what we would expect. He offered me a scholarship right then and there, not off of basketball, off of what he felt I could bring to the thing. That story is kind of wild because you like, where you offered me a scholarship right here at Trinity? I wasn't expecting the scholarship. I was just expecting to have him see me and then get back to me like coaches do. So then I took an official visit. I meet Kevin Hamilton, was my backcourt mate for 3 years after, but he was my host. And I meet Jave Mean. He's the senior point guard, but Kev hosted me for the weekend. Had a beautiful time. Larry Duck and them came up with me. They say, "Oh, what you think?" I was like, "Oh, they in the tournament the last 3 years. They winning." Ralph Willer's a well-known coach. He's well-known and highly touted with Patino as his coach friend. So they, well-known. They take teams to the tournament. We play great defense. And I say, "Oh, I'm gonna accept this scholarship." So I had to call a couple coaches like Hartford coach Larry Harrison, Loyola Maryland coach Towson, and let them know I'm gonna take a Holy Cross scholarship. It was like April of that year.
That's crazy.
And I had backlash from that too. That's not like the easiest thing because I was getting calls to go to prep because I was playing great with Gauchos. They're all going to these big schools. I had Clemson knocking on my door, but I was just right there. I was teetering the line. So a prep year, they said, might have gave me more exposure, just another year. But my grades was good. I was like a 3 point something, like 3.78.
And that just speaks on your like Fred said, to your maturity and to your character. Even like you said, before you even committed, you calling all these other schools to tell. Because I had offers, I took visits and all that. I ain't called nobody. Once I committed, it's like I'm out. Like I said, commit, sign my letter. I'm going to Duquesne. I ain't called nobody. I ain't text nobody. None of that.
No,
so like that's just
I had a verbal commit to Ralph Willard, and then I had a signing at the library with my mom's right there, my coach. At the library at Trinity, which was a big deal. Like, I'm the first one out of this group to go like to this type of school. Like Holy Cross, a great school. Like this is great, like prestigious in the school. But then the basketball, they got Kuzi, Tom Heinsohn. These are all Hall of Famers. Jack DeShafola, Togo Palazzi. This is all back in the 50s that they won a national championship at Holy Cross. They decided to go academic, and that's where we get the Patriot League.
Right. So let's get into that now. Let's get into like some of them college times and like how it was, like how we talked about your freshman year in high school. And you played all 3 level freshman JV varsity. How was it going into being like you say, you kind of didn't get recruit. Obviously for basketball, he's the basketball coach, but he didn't really offer you on the basketball side of things. How was it going in? Like, did you start right away? Was it kind of similar? Did you have to start over?
Yeah,
like,
it was a straight start over. I'm a freshman that don't know nothing about basketball in comparison to what Willard is trying to teach. All the film you got to see. It was like, wow, you coming in. Well, I came to school a little earlier, take an earlier class. So I'm getting some work in. I'm getting in, I'm there. And then boom, we get to school now. Now school's in. Now we running miles and we're doing all this crazy work that you got. First of all, the schoolwork is just crazy. It's insane.
I could imagine.
It's astronomical amounts of work. You know what I'm saying? And now you got to do your work. This is you got to do your work, and you got to stay on the schedule, and you got to go to practice at these times. You got to go to the weight room. You got to eat your meals. You got to get your protein shakes, and this is all that you have to do, not optional.
Even if they telling you, it's optional workout, it's like ain't no
optional nothing.
Don't show up if you want to.
Yeah, and show up on Crusader time, which is 15 minutes earlier. Not on time. You're late.
On time, you late.
So now you got that time to start dealing with for meetings, workouts, and I start freshman year. We come in. I don't know if I'm gonna play or not. I'm gonna play, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. First game, Boston University. I scored 18 points off the bench, and it's pandemonium in the thing. Like, he's a freshman, Torey Thomas. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. I get back to my dorm room, they decorated my wall, my whole thing with Torey Thomas. We love you, thank you. This is great addition. Then you hit a wall. You're not playing really. coach is playing like mental games with you. He wants to break your spirits, and you got to be tough. I'm calling back. I don't know. I might want to transfer out of here, man. This is crazy. Yeah. I'm playing well, and then all of a sudden I'm sitting on a bench. So you got to deal with the mental aspect of playing college ball. Me not, really saying, yo, I'm coming from 4 years of real good, Coach Mike Walsh there, everybody there, which is my head coach at, Trinity. Everybody's, rooting for me, but I spoke to Mr. O'Leary and I was like, yo, I want to transfer. He's like, yo, keep your nose to the grindstone. You're not transferring. My mom and them don't care about that. She's like, yo, your school good? You good? She worried about your school. Because remember, this is $200,000 on the table. This is 4-year scholarship. This wasn't the 1-year renewables they got. $50,000 a year when I was going. Signed on the dot is $200,000 taken care of. You want to walk away from that, take a year off, then try to find another school? Nah, you better suck it up and have a mental toughness. Like when I tell young kids that this is not no joke. This is real. You got to have mental toughness. You got to be ready and prepared. Even when things are not going your way, you got to suck it up and be tough and stern and go through with it, because now you're not running from real issues. Right. So I say
that's crazy. I had a similar story. I was in college. My first 3 scrimmages, I'm getting like 18, 20 points. All right. First game of the season, play like 2 minutes. I'm like, oh, hell no. Yeah. I'm like, oh, hell no.
It happens.
So then he's like, yo, you got to waste your time. Waste your time. I'm like, oh, hell no. Yeah. One, I'm already thinking like, not that I shouldn't be there, but I'm already thinking like, nah, I know more basketball coming from, made for white players. I'm like, I know more basketball than half of these dudes. I'm killing the scrimmages. Tell me, so I'm like, all right, whatever. Like I said, I'm thinking about transferring. Right? It's not even a transfer, not even a thing. I'm like, no, I'm going back. Like, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm going back. So I'm sitting there. He was like, nah, wait your turn. I'm like, all right, whatever. Midway through the season, same thing. I'm like, I went to his office. I'm like, yo, I'm better than everybody. I'm kept it a buck. I'm better than everybody on the team. He was like, he's country. He went to he went to Wolford, so he was a Division I coach, a Division I player, coached at Lehigh before he got to my school. So he was like, nah, you gotta wait your turn. I'm like, nah, my turn is now. Like I'm telling him, like my turn is now. He was like, nah. But then, like you said, when you go through the adversity, it kind of builds your character and builds you up, and you stay with it, right? Like I stuck with it, had a successful college career, and I'm like, but that teaches you after life, like yo, you have to. I mean, after college, like yo. Shit ain't gonna be easy.
That's right.
When you get into the real world, shit ain't gonna be easy. You're gonna hit a wall. It's gonna be hard. You gotta just keep going. You can't quit, because transfer is like quitting. I don't care. You quitting on a situation. Because you think the grass is greener on the other side instead of trying to. Obviously, in certain situations you have to transfer. Yeah. But if you keep at it, right, it builds you up for the long run. Yeah. It builds you up for the long run. So that's why I definitely can connect to that story.
Yes, and I was able to play. Start from sophomore year. So I got sophomore, junior, senior year, 25 plus wins, NCAA tournament, on TV, top, and so I got 1,000 points. I got like 500 rebounds, close to 500 assists, 250 steals. There's only like 4 players in the whole Patriot League that's done those numbers. So I've had a great career and I'm very fortunate, but it took, bumps and bruises, a lot of film, a lot of getting screamed on as the point guard, a lot of taking accountability. I wrote a contract up. This is how much I needed to get straight with Coach Willett. Everything that I can control that I needed to do, because it was a circle of opportunity that he had that gives you playing time. A circle of opportunity meant you take charges, you box out, you contest shots, all the stuff that's not on the stat sheet, deflections. That if you do these things, you'll get on the court. But I went a step further. Listen, man, I got to do this in the classroom. I'm going to do this when I'm going to be a leader. Me and him signed a contract that was separate from everybody. And that's how I gained trust with him. And our trust became, lifelong to this day. But it took me to get to that. Like, yo, I need to play, man. I need to play. I need to be on the court. I ended up probably got one of the most minutes after all, not just because it was them, but because of he didn't sub me, because it was what I brought to the table. Once I got,
you earned it.
I have a 50-minute game. I played 2 overtimes against Fordham, so there's nobody that played 50 minutes in college.
Like you said, you earned the trust from him, and that's something like I watched, like a TJ McConnell. I played with him at Duquesne. That's kind of how it was with TJ. And it was like they actually turned me into a point guard at Duquesne. And I'm playing behind TJ, who don't get tired. Kind of similar to me, like he don't get tired. He's running miles in like 5 minutes. Like he literally, he'll get subbed out, I'll get in. And I like after every play, that boy, I'm looking, TJ's like, I'm good, I'm ready. I'm like, and he's coming in for me. So I watched like similar to you, like I watched the TJ lead the conference in lead the country in steals. I think he got rookie of the year his freshman year at Duquesne. So yeah, to your point, like earning that trust of the head coach, not even by like scoring or doing all those things. It's more so the tangible things, like the things that the little things that add up to end up being the bigger things.
So
that's
right.
That's
you had a long professional career, right? Many countries, but not try to skip over that.
Right.
But it kind of coincides. You're big in the community service, right? And like I said, and what we always talk about in the chat is like, and you said it earlier. You're one of the people that the people could touch.
Yeah.
Right. The people see. Right. You made it on TV. You made it overseas. You know, you made, you had NBA tryouts and stuff like that. But the most important thing is that all the kids see you all the time. It's not like you're Hollywood. You do things for the community, whether it's the AAU team, whether it's people wearing Go Torey shirts throughout the city. Right. What inspired that?
Yeah, that was crazy. That was inspired by a guy named Dariusz. He's from Poland. I was playing some dynamite basketball in Poland, and I ended up becoming an MVP in Poland since 2010. He said, "Yo, you need a website. You need all this." Nobody had a website. I can guarantee this. Nobody that played overseas anybody. I said, you know what? Let's do it. He started marking up this thing. That's where Go Torey actually came from. So it was, my name of course is Torey, but Go in front of it is like just keep going on everything. It was from Go Holy Cross website that they had and everything I was attached to. So he put up a whole market website. We did shirts. So I had this popping over in Poland. I had it over in Europe first. The shirts, the autograph sessions. So I was raising money for different orphanages in Poland. So I was I could go to Poland, another team's arena, and they was coming for me for autographs and all that. In Poland, like we're in another country, like, that's Tomas, because it's called Tomas. Tomas. I signed a pair of my game worn sneakers, and it might have raised like $2,000 that I gave to the orphanage to get food, snack, whatever they needed. So it came from there. Go Torey, like that whole like name with T-shirts that could like put Go Torey on a map and Go Torey, all of that. Actually, the craziest thing is once we was doing this from Darius, Brittany made all my shirts, all the designs, which is crazy. I said, wait, we need, and them joints went viral. Still people ask me for Go Torey hoodies, Go Torey shirts. I'm well respected in Europe and all that, and then people here that respect me and like me, they want shirts and want to rep because they seen the movement. But Brittany Brand definitely made all the shirts.
Part of our production team. Shout out to Crown RV. That's what
all my shirts. All my stuff is still lined up. Still have all the designs from
because during that time we went from New York Blaze
to transition.
But what I could say is, right, being someone from Ferris Avenue, born and raised, right, we all looked up to you. And then once I got into middle school, high school, it was like, that's when we start seeing the give back. Right? You started putting us in EuroLeague uniforms every time, especially when I was in high school.
Right.
But we also started going to tournaments. And you're not around, but we know you're funding, a certain situation. We're trying to raise money. We raise whatever we raise, you match it.
That's right.
And it was like, we get to see what it's like to really do something for your community.
Yes.
Because that's what, Ferris is all about, is giving the community. No matter what we go through, no matter how it is, the community aspect is always there. And we talked about in our last episode how I brought, PJ along from New Road when I was in high school. And we wearing these different uniforms. But that stems kind of from you.
To speak on that, it's crazy because at this time, like you said, you overseas in 2010. I probably came up here like 08, so you was probably still in college. But I didn't put a face to Torey until like later. Like when I'm up here, I'm seeing like it's like yo, Go Torey.
Right.
I'm like, yo, who's Torey? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then he, like you said, the EuroLeague uniforms and all. So I'm hearing your name. I'm wearing your uniforms. I'm repping your AU team in certain tournaments, and there's still no face to it. You know what I'm saying? I think probably till
New York Blaze tournament.
Right, literally.
Like,
and that's
why
like my
like
junior, senior year.
That community service, right? Like you said, it started in Poland, but who inspired you to give back to Ferris Avenue? And not even just to Ferris Avenue, but
Yeah.
everyone that comes to Ferris Avenue, because it's not just
Yes.
limited to people in White Plains,
That's
or
right.
limited to Ferris
Yeah.
Avenue. It's everyone
Right.
from Peekskill, Mount Vernon,
Yeah.
the
PJ
city,
included,
Yeah.
New
right?
Road, Greenberg,
Anybody
all
pull
that.
up,
New
yeah.
Road, Greenberg, Harlem.
Anybody pull
like
up,
you
we
said,
gonna make it right.
somebody just commented on a post, right, about he's from Harlem. He used to take the train all the time. Here we had Sammy from Queens. Used to take the train all the time to come play with us.
come up, yeah.
So, and obviously they felt at home here, but that's something that you kind of
Yeah,
you sparked,
instilled it.
right?
Yes.
Along with everyone else.
Of course.
But we talking about being a professional player
Yes.
and being touchable, right?
Mhm.
Seeing what it is to give back, 'cause that sparked what I do, right? That sparks what Fred does, what PJ
That's
does,
right.
what Christian does, like what what everyone, the next generation does, because of what we see, what we
Yeah,
saw
we saw
coming,
that,
coming
exactly.
up.
Which is we still together. So FAP is for all people. That's what was started with Kev Higgs, rest in peace. Of course, we love Kev, Larry White, Ivan Jones. That started for all people. With Jeff Lee being part of it. And we were younger then, but it was 2005 year when I was a sophomore in college. Just finished my sophomore year. It's my first time being on TV, being on ESPN, playing against these big teams. And when I came back home, he was like, I seen you. That's where it stemmed from. Like, yo. And I was like, yo, if I'm doing it at this age, let's keep it going. So they were our OGs, as they call it. And I was a young person that had a face to it, that was playing college ball, that had aspirations to be pro. And this is where I give back. So it started back then. And then I kept it going. I used every resource that I have, still to this day, to give back to anybody that wants our communities. And our communities came together. They know, that's why they say Ferris is a real thing, because Ferris is bigger than one area. It's bigger than White Plains, it's bigger than just this block. People have come to be part of this family, like the Pound and all that. They come to Ferris to make sure, Ferris team, Pound, FAP, this team, Grunhill, wherever. It's unity in this block. And this block was been like that for some years. And we don't want to let that go. And I had GMs from Europe say, wow, you doing that over there with the kids? They help donate, they put money together. That's where you get the EuroLeague
And you just posted something, when the college coach
You did college
came.
combines, all of that. You
Yeah.
did all of that workouts for
college,
colleges.
exactly. So we did college combines. My coaches came. Fred, everybody's playing. People getting offered on the spot. Do you want to come to this school? You can come. See, I think we forget the power of being able to make a phone call for somebody that can go somewhere else with it, right? And that's where we have to understand that, you don't want to burn a bridge that somebody can make a phone call and help your career in life. And I'm not looking for it to say, look at me, I can make a phone call. No, if I have these resources, I want to be able to help you. And, I would want the same. All I ask is to respect the situation. Because if I make the phone call, that means I vouch for you. If I vouch for you, that means I need you to hold up your end of the bargain. And that's just be an upstanding citizen that we told you to be. Your game is going to be your game, but you don't have to burn a bridge with any coach or whatever.
For sure. And I feel like that's the main thing with it too, is just being genuine with it. Like I said, you could have had your face on the poster. Like I said, it wasn't a face to it until maybe a few years down the line, but it's like, that's how you know it was genuine. Like you was doing it just out of the love, like, like to your point, like having these events, having these showcases where it's like, if you do get an offer somewhere, I'm not asking you to give me no money. I ain't asking you to give me nothing from it. Just be a good person and respect the situation.
Exactly.
So I think that's the main thing for me, is that.
Yeah, definitely.
Nah, listen. This is all beautiful and all of that. I just gotta ask him this question because I said something last episode. We talked about basically when we were younger, what moment kind of sparked us as a kid to kind of propel us the rest of our basketball careers. Just so I can fact check. Have you ever worked at MVP basketball camp?
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm asking you that is because that was my moment for me.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
Right.
Reason being is because, like I told you earlier in the episode, my dad brought me to one of your games at the county center. You was working at MVP camp when I was in MVP camp.
Yeah.
I was in NCAA division with my age group. And I think you was coaching for the NBA division. But you wanted to draft me. You tried to tell me, leave your age group, play older. And that made me feel a sense of pride. And I felt good. And I was like, nah, I might be good at this. You know what I'm saying? So like that leads into like what Lex is saying.
Let me add on MVP camp real quick. He was my coach, right? He would draft me. Game would start. He'd nowhere to be found.
I'm weak.
I'm killing, right? I'm killing, right? The one turnover I make, he's popping in. Yo, get on the side, tap. No. I'm like, you is nowhere to be found. I make one turnover, you in the gym. Yo, he coming in the fourth quarter, game about to be over. Yeah, you know they ain't saying nothing to him. I'm like, yo, man.
Do you think that like MVP camp, like things, situations like that, is what kind of sparked you into the community outreach?
Yeah, nah, seriously, MVP was great for me because first I was connected with Stan Green, the main guy that started it back then. You know, rest in peace to Stan Green. His family really loved me and all that, and I was always there. And I will see. You know what I did? I gave the kids in the area in the community like, yo, I'm gonna draft you first. You better be ready.
Yep.
I gave tough love. I was tough. I was doing We was doing stuff outside of what MVP was doing. So they really said, yo, the kids that knew me and that was from this area had the respect. And we was helping kids get scholarships. Bobby, you know,
Custodian.
from Custodian,
my guy.
Bobby LaFever, yes, he was.
Got me scholarship.
He was the best person ever because he really jump-started that give back to the kids
real.
that you can't afford MVP at.
He was like the first one to really. I definitely need to shout him out.
Bobby,
He was the custodian in the middle school,
Yeah.
and he used to hold you accountable.
Yes.
Right. I remember I got detention.
Yes.
I got detention in 6th grade. You know, laughing, fooling around. Got detention. He pulls me out of detention, mind you, right? He's barking on me. Right? I start crying and shit. I'm like, man, because that was the first time where it was like, yo, you don't want to disappoint someone that really wants you to do well.
Yeah.
Right? You want to hold. So he didn't know me from a hole in the wall. Like I got introduced to him through Jordan Lucas, right?
Yeah.
And then he used to go around the hallway, see how we doing in the classroom. He used to pull Jordan by his ear out the classroom. But he was like the first dude to be like, yo, you don't want to disappoint him because he's gonna give you opportunities, and it's like he just wants you to do right. Because he know where we come from, he know the situations and stuff like that. So he just want to do right. So I'm glad you said his name because that dude was super solid. I hope he's doing well.
He's doing well.
He's super solid.
We in touch, but yes, he's great. So MVP was a great thing because it brought community together too. In a atmosphere where a camp that we couldn't go to camp. What camp was it? To pay that money for the camp. So MVP gave that platform, and I was a coach for years. I went to MVP camp because of Bobby, been a coach, then started becoming a speaker. And MVP, the kids love me every time I go there still. So I love MVP for that.
So like I'm in the space now of the street basketball stuff, right? And for the past few years, and I must say, I've always gave it up. The team that inspired the pound, that gave me that drive and motivation was Team 914.
Yeah.
You being a part of 914 and being one of the main driving forces to 914 being successful during that time frame. I think we was like in high school around that time.
Right.
What was around that? Like middle school. What was that like?
That was something different. Team 914, I would have to credit, and somebody could fact check me or whatever, but 914 wasn't united until then. It was Greenberg, White Plains, Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, whatever, in its own entities. They only hung with each other, and you know, some people might hung with, but it was this city versus that city. We got together, Coach K Bourne, Sean Oliver was the two coaches there, and we had people from everywhere. So we had myself, White Plains, Aaron Problem from New Rochelle, Jeff McDermott, New Rochelle, Jomo Belfort, Mount Vernon, right? Kirk from Greenberg, Kirk Williams, Greenberg, just to name some names of why we came, and we went on runs in the city. We beat everybody in the city, and they loved that team. So New Rochelle, I'm representing all of White Plains, and Ferris and everybody, Project, they all coming out. They came in droves. Greenberg came in droves. New Rochelle came in droves. Mount Vernon came in droves because we even had like Greg Jenkins. We had different pieces. New Rochelle, everybody came in droves, but they came together as Team 914. So that basketball run for them few years, 914 wasn't New Rochelle, Mount Vernon, it was 914. Team 914 that made a big run. We were playing in many tournaments, Rucker, 145th Street Tri-State, Dykeman, Orchard Beach, Gun Hill. We played in all of them, and we're winning. And we're winning tournaments, and we're winning. We won $10,000. We won like $20,000 by beating Team Nike. Kevin Durant is all on the internet. We had Mike Beasley on the team, Kevin Durant. It's all on the internet. Jeff McDermott dunking on McDermott. That's me at the end.
Al Shep out there fouling.
Al
Shep, you out there fouling.
Al Shep.
I saw it on YouTube.
We beat Team Nike. We beat a lot of teams. We beat people for money. And it was beautiful, but we had a team of 914 guys that all came together that played the right way. We had our things where they play. You know, Problem was like our, if you want to say, our flashier guy.
Yeah.
All right, but we played basketball, dog. Real
So we're gonna
defending.
segue right into it. We might end with this. Who's your top 5?
Ooh.
Yeah, see, and you said Westchester, right?
Yeah, we gotta
Westchester.
give. You gotta give the whole. You gotta give them the criteria.
Yeah, what is the
You gotta
criteria?
give
So
them
the
the
criteria is
Yeah,
basically your top 5 got to consider people that played in Westchester.
All right, see, so I'm excluded.
People that you seen play,
Yeah.
like
All right.
seen personally
Yeah.
play. Like there's people we left and all this people was killing
Yeah,
us. Like, oh yeah, I ain't have Ben
Yeah.
Gordon. Like we never seen Ben
Right.
Gordon play personally.
All right.
So it's who. That's really the main two.
Yeah.
Played
Yeah.
in Westchester
All
and
right.
you seen
But
personally
see,
play.
played in Westchester as in high school
High school,
basketball.
high school,
See,
high school.
So again, that excludes some
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, nah, for
excluded
sure.
from
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
conversation.
Like Donovan Mitchell
Yeah.
was excluded.
Excluded,
We
right.
caught
Yeah.
backlash for that.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
excluded.
else
Donovan
we call
Mitchell,
backlash for?
I didn't play in
Couple
Westchester.
people.
Few people.
Yeah,
But
few
those
people.
is
But
like the main.
have y'all heard
yeah.
of Rasul Saludin? See what I'm saying? You never heard of
Rasul,
Rasul.
That's Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon.
Yeah,
Rasul,
yeah,
yeah,
Rasul,
you know,
yeah. I ain't know his last
No,
name.
I ain't know
was
his
that.
last name.
We through the last
Yeah.
name.
No,
I thought I was a 7 foot. I thought I was a 7 foot African.
So Rasul, you see what I'm saying? Nah, you just have you heard of Rasan Young?
Yeah,
Krabby?
Krabby.
No, I'm just giving you what I seen.
Nah,
That's,
nah,
nah,
that's
for
why I
sure,
gotta
for
give you
sure.
these names because those are the
Yeah,
are the
who you
names.
see? That's
So
two.
who's your
That's
five?
That's
Like,
two.
Yeah,
them
that's
two,
two.
I gotta put those two on because of the impact that I seen them
Right,
have
for sure.
and what I know. So those two that I've seen,
Right.
because we're gonna go from like people that's a little older that I witnessed. You
Yeah.
know,
We're going off what you witnessed, your eyes
my
witnessed.
eyes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So them two
So
for
that's two
sure.
right there.
Because it's Westchester. So let me think. I seen Ben Gordon.
Ben Gordon.
All right, I gotta
So you
put him
gotta
up
put-
there.
yeah, you
I
gotta
gotta
put
put him
that.
up there because of what he did.
Yeah,
Like,
nah, for sure. So that's 3.
let me just check the White Plains what I seen because I gotta give White
Yep.
Plains.
Take
credit.
your time. Take your time.
So what I seen out of White Plains.
It's your 5.
Yeah, no, but I want to go by
by
what I see because it's what I
And
seen.
like you
Yeah,
said, you
yeah.
can take it because we probably
Yeah,
gonna end
'cause-
with this. So
yeah,
it's
nah,
getting a little dark.
yeah, it's getting a little
I see
dark.
we
So,
was out here.
nah,
we
that's
out here,
3
we
that
got-
I seen. I seen a killer, Kareem Washington. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? Out of White Plains.
Yep,
You know
yep.
what I'm saying? I gotta give
So that's-
because
Jungle Brother.
yeah, one of the that I seen that really
So
was
that's-
taking over
yeah.
games and all that.
So that's-
With that, I'm gonna bunch a group together real quick because this is not it's one pick, but I gotta go with the big 3 at
You
that
gotta
time.
give a shout out.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to
honorable
Kyle
mentions.
Jones
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
White Plains because I was in 8th grade at that game.
Okay.
Kyle Jones, Kareem Washington, and Larry Onion, Larry
Yeah,
Warren.
Larry
I
Warren.
gotta say those names,
Okay.
all right, because those are the people that I've seen.
Yep.
All right.
So you got one more. We
Okay,
bunching them.
so
We got one
that's-
more.
all right, one more. So bunch them up as one because that was what I seen, and I really respected that.
Nah, for sure.
All right, and you said played in Westchester.
Sure, maybe you can end this off with who you think that you saw, who's just the best ever
The best ever in Westchester?
that you saw. You could probably end it with that. That could probably be the last spot right there.
That's a good question. Because from there, I gotta go. Like, you give me one more to say.
Yeah.
To say, you gotta say like a Chris Watson.
Okay.
Play that step.
Play that step, yeah.
You know, just giving you like what I think. Because I didn't go with peers right
Yeah.
here. I didn't
Yeah,
go with my
no, no,
peers
no,
that I
yeah,
saw.
yeah.
Because that's different.
And it's people
'Cause
that you-
peers, I'm gonna go with like a Problem and a
No,
Jeff
no,
McDermott.
for sure.
But I wanted to go with paying homage to
Nah,
some
for
stuff
sure.
I
That
seen,
you've seen,
that
yeah.
came from
And
on
there's probably
Ferris, that
names you're gonna miss and probably
Yeah,
get
that
home
I'ma
like that
miss,
because we
yeah.
put people on the
This
spot.
is spot, which
purposely.
is
So it's
cool.
like,
No, that's
and they
cool.
always say like, "Yo,
Yeah.
I forgot this
No, of
person."
course, it's people I could forget because it's.
But
remember,
regardless, that
1994
5 is great.
season.
Regardless
Yeah,
of who
is
you
solid.
missing it,
Yeah.
that's just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
that 5 was good. That 5
So
was good.
to leave, let's say the kids watching, right? Because we always want to give back. What's a message you would leave them to? One, on just adversity, and 2 is like community. I think those are 2 things that are missing right now in these times. Like, kids don't know how to go through adversity,
Yeah.
which steers them in different ways.
Yeah.
Fred always talking about a lot of kids not playing sports. They becoming drill rappers.
Yeah.
His favorites.
No doubt. So,
But-
yeah, I was,
But
yeah,
we
you could give that
just talking
message
about
straight to the camp. 'Cause that's how we gonna end it
adversity
off.
and
So I would say,
growth. I think
yeah,
those
that's
2 go hand in hand.
all right, so I
talk
would
to
say
the kids real quick,
adversity 1 is there's process. Let's stop skipping steps. We skip steps on the progress that you're having, and I say skip steps is we're jumping. We want to go to this AAU team. We want to go to that AAU team. We want to jump to another school. We want to transfer. We want to get paid to play. All right. the adversity is there's steps, because when it's over, it's over. The basketball career is very short. So I was fortunate to play 15 plus years overseas. So if I took it from there, I did it at, say, 13, 14, right, as a competitive. Even before that, I'm 25 years in. Nobody has careers like that. It's very difficult. So don't skip steps. Embrace the adversity, because it's going to build your character up. So that's how I would say adversity. Adversity is a main part of your life and how you're going to give back. And community, the community aspect is what's in your heart and what you can give back. It's somebody that looked at me and said, wow, he's only 5'10", he can play professional. Not only can I play professional, I can excel professionally, but it's because I wanted to give back and they felt a piece of me that they can want to do. You never know who you're gonna affect by giving something back. And it's not always monetarily, it could be with your brain, it could be with just talking to somebody for 2 seconds and giving them a different perspective. And I know that it comes in many shapes, sizes, and forms. And when they look at me and they say, wow, you did that? Yeah, I had the community that helped me. I'm helping the community. It's a revolving cycle, because most people didn't even know I have 4 NBA workouts. Where did that come from? Oh, you played? Yeah, I had these NBA, New York Knicks, New Jersey Nets at the time, Boston Celtics, Utah Jazz. At this size, at Holy Cross? Yeah, it can happen for you. Don't never, ever underestimate yourself and the power of believing, having the faith of a mustard seed, believing if any religion that you have, I believe in God. Take it like that and make sure that you keep it straightforward.
Yeah, and I think that's the perfect way to
fire.
end this. I say give a round of applause, because that was a great way to end this show. Again, y'all tune into Westchester Talks. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment. Every little one helps. Like I always say, it's a little thing to y'all, just clicking, and maybe just 1 like, 1 follow, 1 subscriber, but for us it goes a long way. So make sure y'all tune in to episode 14, Torey. We appreciate you, family. You're one of us always. You're always welcome to come up anytime you got anything going on. Just let us know. You're always more than welcome. That's episode 14. I'm your host, PJ, and we out of here. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fire.
That was
Fire.
fire.